Ms. Hernandez, you are suing the defendant, your former landlord, Mr. Patron, over a security deposit, property damage, and other related costs. You claim that the apartment that you rented from the defendant was in poor condition when you moved in. You also claim that the defendant didn't take a lot of your complaints seriously, forcing you to make repairs and improvements at your own expense. And now you are suing for the other portion of the deposit in the amount of $1,019. Mr. Patron, you say that you addressed many of the plaintiff's concerns early on. You claim that Ms. Hernandez was difficult. She complained about a lot of things and made it difficult for other tenants. You believe you did more than enough and you owe the plaintiff nothing. All right. Ms. Hernandez, how did you end up renting an apartment from the defendant?
I had a real estate agent helping me find a rental, and she found it for me.
What were you looking for?
In-unit washer, dryer,
Okay.
central AC, a quiet, safe place to live.
Okay. Did you take a look at the place before you moved in?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you notice about the place? Because you claimed that it was a dump before you moved in.
Absolutely, yes.
Like what?
It wasn't clean at all. There was 2 inches of dust on the ceiling fans. The walls were dirty. It had never been painted. The spackle marks were still there. There were still holes in the walls. The ex-tenant had like a ferret cage or something up against the wall, and there was literal poop on the wall that I was scrubbing down when I moved in.
Mr. Patron, how long have you been a landlord?
For about 5 years.
Okay. The unit that Ms. Hernandez is referring to, did you clean it before she moved in?
Certainly. There's photos of it.
Pull that up. And this is what it looked like before she moved in?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, it looks pretty clean to me.
That's not how it looked when I moved in.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any photos of move-in?
I have photos of the dirty walls and
At move-in?
at move-in, yes.
Can you give that to Officer Finley?
Sure thing.
Thanks. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I see a wall with some spackle and maybe some holes.
Right,
Small holes.
that's just to show that it wasn't painted over.
Okay, so did you bring it to the defendant's attention?
I did not bring the cleaning part to his attention. I was just like, whatever, and it wasn't until the rest of the complaints that...
Okay, so tell me when that started. What was the first thing?
The first thing was...
And how long after moving in?
2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Okay.
I noticed that the stove plates were totally rusted through.
Okay, so this is how you found it?
Yes.
Okay, and you brought this to his attention?
Yes.
And what did he say?
He said that he didn't have any money and he wanted me to hold off for a year.
A year?
A year.
Okay, what did you say when she sent you this photo?
It wasn't rusted through, and
I see rust, sir.
it wasn't rusted through though. And frankly, that was after a few other requests that I did jump at.
Like what?
Well, when she first moved in on the second or third day, she complained about a light fixture that was going down into the basement. I replaced it with a newer light fixture. She mentioned mobility issues. I was already replacing the decking because I pay a lot of attention to safety. So I said, let me just accelerate the process and get the steps done fully. So I did that 3 weeks into her tenancy, replaced the entire steps to make her comfortable.
That is untrue.
Okay, what is he saying that's untrue?
All of that about the stairs. I moved into the unit and he told me that the entire stairwell leading up to the back of the deck needed to be replaced. He told me that. I did not request that. That's a lie.
All right, Judge Juarez.
Tell me about the washing machine.
The washing machine, she had
How old was it?
probably about 15 years old, maybe 20 years old.
You know how long it's supposed to last?
Well, they're supposed to last until they stop functioning. I try to be
Hold on.
frugal if I can.
Ma'am, tell me what's wrong with the washing machine, or what was wrong with the washing machine.
Shortly after moving, I noticed that my clothes just weren't coming out clean. They felt like a weird film was on them. I have cats. The cat hair was all over them.
Right, well, cat hair is difficult to get out from a washing machine. You know that.
Right, but the film, I could feel like the detergent, kind of filmy.
All right, do you have video of the washing machine, the issues you had with it?
Yes, I have of it not agitating.
Yeah, let's go ahead and watch the video.
It's supposed to be agitating right there.
She had
Yeah.
the door open.
So you're supposed to be able to see it agitate when it fills up.
And you're saying it's making that noise because the door's open?
Not the noise to make the doors open. It won't turn past a certain point unless the safety, the latch is closed. We had these inspected, both of us, by appliance, technicians. And it was submitted in court. And the court found that my technician attended the court as a professional witness.